Hey you guys, it's Tanya. What's going on? This video has multiple purposes, so we're just gonna roll right into it. The video before this, you see me in Bantu knots, and so I wanted to show you the results of the Bantu knot out. I absolutely love this look. Let me tell you that this morning when I took down the Bantu knots, my hair was fire. You couldn't tell me nothing. But then I went out into the world and my hair was exposed to the elements of high humidity and even raindrops. So this is what happened. If you look at it, the left side, like right here in the front, it's still pretty defined. And on the left side, it's still okay. But as we move to the back, and especially as we move to the right, there is like no definition any longer and my hair is a frizzy mess. Well, I think the reason why is because I started the blowing out process on the left side and worked my way over to the right. And let's just face it, I got tired and I got lazy and I started doing more hair in bigger sections. And so this hair probably started off not as thin and straight as this side did. It is what it is. But again, just trust me when I tell you the results this morning, fire! Alright, so, oh, and just remember you guys, now in the other videos I told you I intentionally used products that had silicone in them because I wanted to protect, I wanted there to be another barrier between my hair, or to be a barrier between my hair and the heat that I was applying to my hair. So I intentionally used silicone derived ingredients. Well, I intentionally used products that had silicone derived ingredients in them to do that. Now remember, if you use silicones, most silicones are not water soluble, and I'll get into which ones are and which ones are not in a later video, and we'll talk about that some more later on in this video. But if you are using cones that are not water soluble, there's only one way to get them out. And I got a little stressed there for a second, but then I realized, oh, I'm covered. You have to use a sulfate to get those out. Nothing else is going to remove those cones unless you have a sulfate. Luckily, I bought the Hydrothermal Naturals travel set, and I just changed the container it was in. And in that travel set, it comes with a bottle of the moisture boosting shampoo, and the second ingredient is what? It is sodium lauryl sulfate. So I have a sulfate that I can use to remove these cones when I decide to wash my hair and go back to just my natural style, or go back to something that doesn't require me keeping my hair, you know, straightening my hair with heat. Okay, so from that we're going to move on to what products I have currently that have cones in them. You know, you guys, I told you that I had a struggle with the Thank God I'm Natural conditioner because when I purchased it, I didn't do the research that I should have, and I didn't realize it had cones in it. I just assumed because of the name it didn't. And that kind of prompted me to think to myself, you know, I had made this decision that I really wasn't going to use cones anymore. What do I have that has cones in it? So I'm going to show you. Starting with that one. I have the Thank God I'm Natural Triple Moisture Replenishing Conditioner. Towards the middle bottom, this has, it's called, I think it's called amodimethicone. Okay? And then the last two ingredients are knowns. Instead of being a C for cat, it's an N for Nancy. But they have knowns in them. And I'm just going to show that to you because, wait, I can't pronounce those. So this is the first ingredient I have that has cones in it. The next I'm going to show you are products that I have intentionally because they have cones in them. I have my Hydrothermal Naturals Amino Deep Conditioning, was it Amino Plus Protein Deep Conditioning Treatment, and I have my Herbal Gloss Heat Protector. Now, whenever I'm going to put heat on my hair, whether it be blow drying my hair out or putting a flat iron on my hair, I want cones on my hair as the barrier, right? Right. So these are part of my, I guess you could say, inventory for hair products, because they will assist me in protecting my hair from heat damage. Not getting rid of these, we'll be keeping these. The last two are items that I am phasing out of my inventory because of two reasons. One, the moisture boosting conditioner by Hydrama Naturals, it has a dimethicone as the third ingredient. Dimethicone is not water soluble and it cannot be removed unless you use a sulfate. Well, we know for a fact that sulfates used regularly can dry out your hair and they strip your hair. So that's why we as naturals say no to sulfates. So again, I don't want to use this, because if I use this, I'm going to have to use a stripper to strip it out of my hair. What's the point? That's what makes me have dry hair. I don't want any parts of that. So we are getting rid of the moisture boosting deep conditioner. The last thing, this is the follicle mist by Hydrama Naturals. I love this stuff. I honestly do. And the last two ingredients are the same as the last two ingredients of the Think I'm Natural replenishing conditioner. You can see that. And I'm going to do some research on this, on these two knowns. Here's the thing. The reason why I'm phasing this out is not because there's cones in it. It's because I don't use it. I don't think to spray my hair every night with follicle mist. I don't think to spray my hair in the morning with follicle mist. I spray my hair with water, usually in the morning and at night. But I'm not going to do this. It's time consuming. And honestly, I'm not going to do it. So I'm phasing this out, not because it's a bad product, because I think it's a great product, but just because, for me personally, I'm not going to go there with it. Okay? Alright. Well, with that being said, I want to let you know that I'm going to introduce a new series onto Tanya 1031 2000's channel, and that's going to be Hair 101. Now, typically when we say anything, whether it be sociology 101, chemistry 101, English 101, what that means is that I am introducing you to a topic. I'm not giving you the high level, course level information. I'm just giving you the bare minimum to introduce you to the topic. And that's what I'm going to do on this channel. I'm going to pull certain topics such as silicones or sulfates or hair strands, and I'm going to give you an introduction to that subject and give you the information you need that can hopefully help you make better decisions regarding your hair products and how you treat your hair. I think it's very important that we all do our research when it comes to natural hair. I mean, you wouldn't fry anything before you did your research, would you? Because if you fried something and you didn't know that hot grease burnt you, you might throw something into the pan and then splatter your arm with grease, and now you have burn scars. So you just always want to do your research whenever you apply it to anything, so that you know what you're getting into, you know what to expect, you know what to do in case of an action causes a certain reaction that you weren't expecting. But yeah, just want to let you know about all that. And lastly, I want to acknowledge that today's date is September the 11th, 2013. For any of you guys that are, I would say probably what, 20 years or older, you probably remember this day as part of your history. And if you're an American, I would think that you remember this day even more. I remember everything about that day. And the day I'm speaking of is September the 11th of 2001. I remember everything. I remember what I was wearing. I remember what I did. I remember who I was trying to call. I remember those emotions. I remember everything. And luckily, I did not lose anyone close to me. I had some friends that actually lost people in the attacks of 911. I knew people who knew people. And, you know, it just makes me think, number one, that I'm glad that everybody that I loved survived. But it also makes me even prouder to be an American citizen. You know, there's people out there who hate me, not because of the color of my skin, not because of the way I act, but simply because I was born on American soil. And that's something that I am very proud of. I have had opportunities here in this country that I know I take for granted. I have had, what was the word, amenities. Sometimes I get tongue-tied, you guys, so I apologize. But, you know, things like running water, things like a working plumbing system, access to free education, being allowed to dress the way I want to dress. You know, these are so many things that we take for granted. And again, I just wanted to acknowledge that I am so proud that I can say that I'm from the United States of America. And I'm so proud that we have moved forward and we have continuously overcome the hate other countries, I guess you could say, subject us to. We lost a lot of good people on this day 12 years ago. People that shouldn't have had to die. And I just, again, I felt like it needed to be mentioned. So I'm going to leave it at that, you guys. And remember, you are blessed. There are a lot of people today who aren't here that should be here. There are some people this morning that didn't wake up. There are some people out there who don't have computers, who are really hungry right now, who, you know, are being hit by their partner or being abused by their partner, who, I mean, there's just so many things that could be going on in your life, and hopefully you're not dealing with those items. And if you are, hopefully you are working on a plan to get yourself out of those situations. I am a firm believer that if you don't like your atmosphere or your life, change it. And I know that's naive because some people cannot change their situations immediately. But here's the thing. Have a plan. Network. Find people to reach out to. You know, find a church home. There's all kinds of social places you can go to. But just work on making a plan and then acting on that plan. And I know I just totally went far left from this video, but I just felt like that needed to be said. You, no matter who you are, you have the option, for the most part, to control your destiny. And you can say, starting right now at this moment, nothing else matters. And starting right now at this moment, I'm going to make an action, I'm going to form a plan, and then I'm going to put that plan into action. And you can do it. I promise you, you can do it. But you have to say, you know what? I'm going to stop being this victim. I'm going to stop letting others control my destiny. And just remember, this is what I live by. I promise you, this is my slogan. And I have lived by this for so long. New day, new opportunities. Simple as that. Whatever happened yesterday, that was yesterday. Today's a new day. New day, new opportunities. Alright, you guys, I, again, know I went off topic, and it is what it is. But you know what? I'll holla. Bye, you guys.